On or off the field, I work overtime. On the court or not, I take charge of mine. Beast mode when it's game time. Turn the bass up when they play mine. Sports base, and you know it's live. We on front.
Welcome to Sports Bast Radio. I'm your host, Laqaune Copeland, joined alongside by our new co-host, DJ Rayne.
What's going on?
Yeah. And we finna bring y'all a dope show. We're gonna talk about a lot of hip hop, followed secondary by a lot of sports, get into a little playoff talk, a little bit NFL, Dez Bryant, all that type of stuff. But we gonna get it in motion, man.
Well, first, I'm happy to be on the show, of course.
Happy to have you, man.
That's right. Appreciate you.
Right.
But I will say that I'm gonna be going by the name Rayne or whatever. You don't have to put the DJ in front of it.
No DJ?
No. And the only reason why I don't consider myself to be a DJ, I'm gonna say mixologist or whatever. But the reason why is because I feel like the art of DJing came from scratching and making records talk. Like even when you listen to Jazzy Jeff and all that good stuff right now, they still they still can scratch and make records talk or whatever. Real DJs should know what that is or whatever. And I know at one point in time or whatever, my homeboy Sam Haskins, shout out Sam Haskins or whatever, he had people coming at him because they was he wasn't a real DJ because he don't scratch. And I know we could say that it's the evolution of DJing. I know Sam was saying don't nobody want to hear that scratching shit anyway, but
right.
Me personally, my personal opinion on it is if you don't know that art or if you haven't mastered that art, you can't really consider yourself a real DJ or not a real DJ or whatever, but the DJ in my personal terms of the word or whatever. So I'd rather master that part and then I slap the DJ in front of it or whatever. But until then, I just go by Rayne.
Right. Well, I mean, when you say scratch and stuff like that, what specifically do you mean as far as you up there DJing, songs playing, and you say scratch?
Scratching is it's kind of like bringing the track back and forth or whatever, but it got to be in sync with what you're about to do, whether you're about to break the beat down or whatever and fade into another song, or it's just bring the track back and forth or whatever to one position or whatever, bringing it back from one position and bringing it back forth into one position or whatever. And that's what you that's scratching or whatever. Now a lot of what I do is more fading and blending or whatever, which is cool, but you gotta be able to scratch your way into a track or whatever. I feel you gotta master that part before I consider myself a DJ or whatever. I don't want to disrespect the culture. You know what I'm saying?
So playing music is not enough to consider.
No. Not in my personal opinion. I mean, okay. I don't think that just playing music is enough to say that or whatever. So I heard somebody in I think it was Miami said that, I'm not a DJ, I'm a mixologist.
Right.
So I just went by that. I don't.
Mixologist.
Yeah, I'm a mixologist. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I can just mix these songs together and make it sound good. Especially it comes pretty easy, throughout the end of the night or whatever, because most people get drunk, they load it, whatever. Right. So they really don't give a damn what you play, how you play.
Turn up.
Yeah, they just wanna play the hot song for the moment, or whatever, and dance to it. So that's how. Of course, starting off, you gotta put together that right combination of songs, or whatever. You gotta be able to know which songs are gonna get them up right now, but you always gotta play your weaker songs in the beginning, because you gotta realize once people first get to the club, the first thing they're gonna do is start drinking, or that once they start drinking, then I'm gonna say once they get a little tipsy, that's when the songs start affecting them, or whatever. It start either bringing that vibe up or bring that bitch down,
Right.
or whatever. So you gotta know once people first enter in the door,
Right.
you don't ever want to play like your best turn up song.
For one, you know you're gonna play that song again, and maybe again.
See,
me, you don't want to have to keep playing the same song.
Right.
Over
See,
and over.
me, I don't like backtracking or whatever. Like I don't like to play. Like I feel like once I play that song or whatever, like usually when I'm on stage, I'll take that song right out of the list because I don't believe in playing songs twice. I mean, I have before because people requested it,
Right.
but I personally don't like it. You know, I feel like I got enough music in my arsenal to keep the party going regardless or
Right.
whatever. Like, yeah, this song might be hot. It might be on the top billboards or whatever, but I got this song that nobody ever heard of with the same caliber, but maybe by an artist that you don't know nothing about. Like,
Right.
and not just local artists. Like, it's like the underground music right now is dope. Like, not even the mainstream music. Like, pretty sure a lot of people haven't heard of Papa Hussein or whatever. But like he makes great ass party music. He's out in I think it's Louisiana or somewhere out there with or whatever. And like they make dope music, dope party music or whatever.
That's a
and
group.
nah, it's one dude.
One dude.
One dude.
Okay.
One dude. It's him. The dude Level that is actually on quite a few tracks with him. Like he's out that way. He makes great ass party music, or whatever. But see, the thing about this area, or whatever, I'll just put it out there, or whatever. You know, there's no disrespect to my people around this area, but like they kind of. I don't want to say one-dimensional. I'm going to say like they just want what they know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like they want to hear the Cardi B's, or they want to hear the like anything that's on the top 100 songs or whatever. They want to hear that
mainstream.
like
music.
yeah.
Right.
So they like regardless of if a song sound good, it could sound great
Right.
or whatever. But if they don't know it, they're like, I don't know if I want to dance to this
Right.
or whatever. Or I don't know if I want to turn up to it.
Right.
I don't know the words, so I can't chant it.
Right.
So, you know, I don't know if I want to hear this. I'm going to sit down and give me another drink on this one.
Yeah.
Whereas,
Right.
you know, I'm the type of person where if it sound good, I'm going to groove to it.
Uh-huh.
And then I'm going to go to the DJ that's playing it and like, what song is that? Because
Right.
I need that in my playlist now.
Right.
Or whatever. So, it's all in how you... But, anyways, dumb it all down or whatever. That's why I don't consider myself a DJ. Or whatever. I'm going to say mixologist.
All right. Well, as a mixologist,
Mm-hmm.
and speaking of Cardi B, I'm glad you brought that name up. What do you think is her place right now in hip hop? I mean, you got, as far as women, you got Nicki, you got what's the girl with the short hair from Detroit? I can't think of her name right now. Dej Loaf.
Dej Loaf.
You got you got Remy Ma. You got Papoose wife.
That's Remy Ma.
Yeah, I just said Remy Ma. Yeah, you got Remy Ma. You got I mean you got some women out there right now. Did I say Young and May? I think that's right. All right, well,
I mean,
Remy Ma, Young and May.
Will you want to put her in the women or, you know?
See, the way I'm looking at it is bump the women. I'm putting her in a category as far as totality of everybody. Like I think she right there with the niggas. I mean that's just me. I'm looking at it. She had 3 top 5. She broke Michael Jackson. I mean she out here literally spitting. Like
Who was that? Cardi?
Cardi B, Offset's fiance, Offset's baby mom.
Alright,
I mean, you know.
Personally,
You know.
as far as I think like as far as like music or whatever, like you can't really deny like what she do or whatever. Like you can't deny the numbers or whatever.
Right.
So I mean, if she had 3 songs up on the top 5 or whatever, like you can't take nothing away from her or whatever. Like because if she actually broke Michael Jackson's record, then in my opinion, that already puts you ahead of Nicki or whatever because she hasn't done it.
No.
Or whatever. So if you just broke Michael Jackson's record, then you know, that speaks volume in itself. Now, has she put in as much work as Nicki? Hell to the no.
No.
Or whatever. She's not there yet.
No.
Or whatever. But my personal opinion of her, I mean, everybody start off on fire.
Right.
Or whatever.
Right.
Like your buzz is never bigger than when you first coming out.
Right.
Or whatever. Like, that's when people crave you. Or whatever. Like, but you just gotta be able to keep them craving.
Stay consistent.
Or whatever. You gotta stay consistent. Or whatever. In which I feel like the remedy to that is so simple. Do what got you your buzz in the first place.
Right.
But people tend to go more commercial with it. So, like, even though she's hot now, or whatever, like, first album is always dope because that's your introduction. Or whatever. So, this is kind of like the platform stepping stone to your career.
Right.
Or whatever. Like, now, depending on how your numbers do now, I feel like you should duplicate. Some people will say, you know, you gotta evolve, like you gotta evolve with your music, so forth and so on, and which is true.
Right.
But you still gotta, it depends on how you look at, like, what you're doing. Some people look at rap as a career. Some people look at rap or hip-hop as a passion or whatever. So if you're the type of person that you're just trying to make money off of it, then you should do what you just did the first album and what got you here. But if you're doing it as a passion, like, I would say that the perfect person for what I'm talking about would be like Papoose.
Right.
Or whatever. Like, Papoose didn't really care about the fame or whatever. He just did what he's been doing forever or whatever. Yeah, his style has evolved, but he's just been a spitter. He wasn't really in it for the fame. He was just in it for the love of the music.
Right.
Or whatever. Now, some people are just in it for the money or whatever. They're trying to make, like, a career out of it as far as, like, pretty much a job or whatever. Some people look at it like a job. Some people look at it like, you know, this is what I love to do. Like,
right.
Even now or whatever, like, as far as, like, what I do, like, I went from the rapper to the producer or whatever, producer, engineer or whatever, and it's not because, like, I stopped rapping or whatever. I ain't stopped rapping anyway, or whatever, but it's not because, like, I didn't want to do it anymore, but I felt like it's a lot of up-and-coming talent in which, when I was coming up, like, my producer, which was Mellow the Dawn, shout out him, or whatever, shout out Wax too, or whatever, like they had their studio up in Burkeville.
Right.
I was just a little young out the street or whatever, and they welcomed me into the studio, or whatever. Mellow did, or whatever, and I used to have conversations with Wax, P. Leo, or whatever, and, like, everybody used to bang my music or whatever, and, like, so they gave me away or whatever, so I feel like it's only right that I give somebody else away.
Right.
Or whatever. But, I mean, back to, like, as far as Cardi B go, I feel like she the shit right now. Or whatever. Now,
you don't know how long it's gonna last?
Now, yeah. Now, her intentions on the music
right.
is what's going to set her apart from people.
Right.
Like, Lil Wayne loves being in the studio. I seen where he was like, you know, when I'm in the club, that's me working or whatever. When I'm doing interviews and stuff, that's me working. But when I'm in the studio, like, that's my love or some shit like that. I'm like, it makes sense or whatever. Like, if you really genuinely fuck with the music, then I feel like I could be in the studio for the whole night.
Right.
Damn near 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. My girl hit me up and like, yo, what the hell is you doing? Like, you guys still recording? Man, like, if you love the studio life or whatever, like, you can do that shit or whatever. It's just, I be having so much shit to do as far as, like, DJing. I gotta make time to record or whatever, and I deal with multiple artists or whatever, so it'd be kind of hard or whatever to, you know, balance out everything. But when I am in the studio, like, I've been here for, like, quite some time or whatever. Like, I was just in the studio last night till, like, 3 o'clock in the morning or whatever. But, I mean, it's just a life or whatever, and, like, as far as she go, all in what she looking for. I mean, how she approach the situation. But
I tell you what, we're going to wrap this segment up, and we're going to get back into this hip-hop thing when we come off a commercial break.
Yes, sir.
SBR, we back. We back live in this studio. And
yes, sir.
Yeah, and we finna get into this second segment. And before we left off, we was talking about a Lil Wayne. We dodged into it a little bit, not too much. You know, just brought his name up. And me personally, I'm a Lil Wayne fan. I follow him since the block was hot, maybe a little bit before the block was hot. You know what I'm saying? Back Juvenile, BG Turk, all them boys, hot boys type shit. And yeah, we just gonna talk about Lil Wayne, talk about his place as far as his legacy, where his legacy will continue to go, will it ascend, will it descend? Him and Birdman fall out. Where is the Carter 5? Where is the Carter 5? Where is the Carter 5, man? I mean, where is it? Like, it's the Carter 4 dropped in 2011. This is all of 2018. Where is the Carter 5?
I seen an interview where DJ Academics covered like this particular situation or whatever, and like according to what he was saying in the documents that he presented, like Lil Wayne was like he has the Carter 5, like he can release it at any time, and like I just feel like you don't want your buzz to go down or whatever, or you don't want to hold it for too long to the point where people be like, you know what, who gives a fuck about the Carter 5?
Right.
Lil Uzi Vert just drops something, you know what I'm saying? Like, and his shit is fire, so I don't give a fuck about the Carter 5.
Right.
Because the whole style of music is definitely changing.
It's evolving.
Yeah, like people don't really care about bars. It's all about the turn up now. Or whatever. Like it's not even about like you just don't want to hold it for too long. And according to him, he can release it at any time or whatever. Why he's waiting, who knows?
So it has nothing to do with Birdman anymore, as far as like Birdman saying I'm not going, like he's not under Birdman and.
Well, see, I think what the situation is like, even though he's not up under Birdman, like he recorded the CD, well, his CD when he was up under Birdman. So I think what it is like if he released, like Birdman still gets a percentage of it, in which like if Birdman still owes him that $51 million, you know, why would you put out a project or whatever and get you more money so you would have to owe me more, like because like he's not seeing like what he's taking in. So like if Birdman is just giving him, like this is like if we do an event today,
right,
or whatever, we make 10 grand off of it.
Okay.
But you don't know that we made 10 grand. I know that we made 10 grand.
Right.
But I'm just gonna slide you like this cool 1,000, like yo,
right,
here, take this.
Right.
And you be like, yo, so how much did we make? Don't worry about that, man. You know what I'm saying? We just made some money.
We made some money.
You know what I'm saying? Here, take this 1,000 or whatever, and I give you the rest when I see you next time. You know, I gotta get out of my account. But then I dodge your ass. Like, you can't find me for weeks at a time or months at a time in that situation. Who knows? Or whatever. Like, but I got your money.
Right.
Or whatever. So would you do another party with me if I'm still holding your money?
Nah.
Exactly. So I feel like that's what the situation is. You know, it's like, shit, you owe me money. Why am I going to make you more money?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you already owe me, $51 million is enough to live comfortably off.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So, like, I feel like that's what he's stalling out for. But as far as, like, his career or whatever, like, I feel like you should drop it. So it's kind of like a catch-22.
Right.
Or whatever, you know, if you drop it, your buzz goes straight back to the roof, or whatever. But on the business side of things, you're making this man money again, and he's probably going to owe you more money than that $51,000, because if that Carter 5 drop, like you got to realize the type of people that he gonna reach. He gonna reach his old fans that he's already had that's been rocking with him since the blog is hot and all of that good stuff. But you got the younger generation now, or whatever, and like these people that's coming up or whatever, if they see the buzz from your album sales, of course from like the older generation, like people are going to talk about this album if it drops or whatever. Like they're gonna talk about it. It's gonna get mad plays, mad reviews or whatever. So that's gonna draw the attention of the younger crowd or whatever, which means more album sales or whatever. Like I think for what his Carter 3, he did 1,000. I mean, like he made $1 million in a week.
I think that was his best album, by the way.
I'm gonna have to go to Carter 2, man. The Carter 2 was and keep in mind, like the good part about like me, and I'm not, I ain't, you know, by me saying this, you know, I'm not speaking my age.
Right.
But like as far as like we got to see the evolution of Lil Wayne from when he started off with the Hot Boys, when he had that light ass squeaky voice. He ain't had that deep ass, you know, smoke weed voice now.
He was rapping like a South dude. Like,
yeah,
you know, with the little
he
South.
had bars. Like it wasn't no, you know, Wayne got bars now.
Right.
He got bars now. Like I can take nothing away from this guy.
Right.
Or whatever. But this is when like it was like rap, boom, in your face. Ow, I'm just gonna hit you with these bars. Like it wasn't no swag to it. It was like bars, heavy bars. Like I mean, they had fun with it, I'm sure. And like his music was versatile as a bitch. But we got to see the Block is Hot Lil Wayne, the 500 Degrees Lil Wayne, or whatever. We got to see
Carter one.
Yep, the Carter one, all the way up to the 4. And then we got to see all the Squad Up mixtapes in between, or whatever, the Lil Louisiana mixtapes. Like he had
Droughts.
Yeah, all of the droughts, all 1,500 of those, or whatever. Like we got to see all of that,
right,
or whatever. So a lot of people didn't get a chance to see all of that. They seen the. I'm gonna give them the Carters. I'm gonna give them maybe the Carters. They seen the Carters.
Probably the later Carters.
Yeah, I'm gonna say like his buzz.
The 3 to the 4, maybe the 2.
Yeah, I might slide the 2 up in there. I might slide the 2 up in there, man. But they got to see the Carter Lil Wayne or whatever, and you know what I'm saying. Like they're waiting on Carter 5. So he's made an impact on some people, but like if you really followed him, then you know, like that man got music for days. Like literally. Or whatever. Like I got on one of my laptops, I got like all his discography, like everything that he's made from the mixtapes to the albums. I mean, I had it for years or whatever, so it probably stopped at like the Carter 3.
Right.
Or whatever. But and we know behind there he made the Carter 4, he made a few more mixtapes, all good stuff. But like it's a lot. Like I haven't even listened to like everything that I got or whatever. He's made a ton of.
And then once you think about the mixtapes that he made with other people, like Son with Birdman, stuff he had with
I Can't Feel My Face with
I'm about to say the same thing. Yeah. I Can't Feel My Face with Joel, stuff like that.
I mean,
so he has a lot of content.
And then you gotta think he did the what was it? He featured up on the DJ Vlad mixtapes with that he did of Notorious Big.
Right.
He was on that mixtape.
Right.
Or whatever. Like he's been on some shit. Or whatever. Like old Lil Wayne.
Right.
Or whatever. And I mean, not to mention the countless features that he did for other people. Or whatever. Like that's a whole work in itself. Like he's been on everybody's shit down there.
So will the Carter 5 be dropped? Like will it ever be dropped?
I don't think that it's gonna. I think somebody's gonna leak it.
Somebody's gonna leak it.
Yeah, because I forgot the white dude's name that said that he had it or whatever it's supposed to be or whatever. But now he's saying that he sold it or he lost it, whatever the case may be. I think it's gonna be some crazy shit like that or whatever, where somebody's gonna leak the mixtape. I don't think that it's actually gonna be drop. I think that it's gonna be leaked first, right, and then he's probably gonna drop it because it's already out,
right,
or whatever. So if it's already out, you might as well get money off of it,
right,
or whatever, regardless of if you want to pay somebody or not,
right,
or whatever. You might as well. So I think it's gonna be a situation like that.
Right. Somebody
just gonna get tired and be like, hey, you know, it's such and such day. I don't give a fuck about life anymore. Let me just drop this mixtape or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
like get people like get my buzz up.
Right.
Cause I can take it now. If I ever get a copy of it, I'm dropping that bitch the same day, nigga. My views gonna go sky high.
And
now I might get sued and all kinds of other shit, but
hey, the fans been waiting.
They've been waiting, man.
I mean, so would you put sports? Hold on. No LeBron James, Lil Wayne. Would you put him as your Mount Rushmore as far as all rappers, as far as like top 4? Like, I mean, you know, Tupac, Biggie, Jay-Z, now everybody. Would you put him in that type of class as far as one of the best rappers of all time?
Yeah.
You would?
Yeah, and it's not even about him being like the best lyricist,
right,
or whatever. Like he's not the best lyricist, or whatever. Like it's people that's way hotter. I mean, like, and you're talking to a person that watch people battle rap or whatever.
Right.
Like I still watch people battle rap or whatever. Like
right.
so. He's not.
I want to bring that back.
Yeah. But see, again, like that's kind of like the. I mean, getting off of that subject for a second.
Right.
Whatever. That's kind of like in a different time frame. Like, and that comes back to, like, this generation of music. Like,
right.
people don't really battle rap only because, personal opinion, or whatever. Like, they're mood rappers.
Mm-hmm.
Or whatever. They're turn up rappers. Like they're like a lot of the shit they say don't make sense.
Right.
They'll jump from subject to subject.
Right.
Or whatever. They'll go from killing you to, a bitch sucking your dick or whatever.
Yeah.
Or like, and that's the style of their music or whatever. Like it's not like battle rap material. Like that's our era. You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We grew up watching people battle rap or whatever.
So you think that's dead? Like you don't think that could be revived?
As far as the South go, I think that
It's dead.
that's dead. But like in New York,
Yeah.
they still on that shit heavy
Yeah.
or whatever.
Up
and
north.
yeah. More up north, they're on it heavy. But as far as like down south, you don't even see it too much.
No.
Like
it's all turn up songs.
right, like you see all this swag music. Like I don't want to call it mumble rap because I feel like that's more like disrespectful.
Right.
Or whatever. I don't want to keep calling it mumble rap. I mean, I said it before, but I mean,
Some of it is.
like the reason why
the
mumble.
Migos in that category.
Yeah, I mean, if what they do is mumble rap or whatever, like that's still good music or whatever. Like they do their thing or whatever. Like that stir fry shit is my shit, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'll bang that out regardless. If that bitch is 10 years old, I'm gonna bang that.
It's a versatile song because you got Pharrell Williams on the track.
Yeah,
And then you got the Migos.
Yeah,
It's just different.
that Virginia sound. Shout out, BA.
Shout out BA. 2 up, 2 down.
Yeah, that
all
Virginia
day, every
sound.
day.
That Virginia sound mixed with, that.
Some Atlanta rappers.
Yeah, that shit is dope. That shit is dope as a bitch.
It's a little different.
Now, as far as Wayne go, I would definitely put him up there or whatever, only because like he's been consistent. Like we just gave a whole list of shit that he's done.
Right.
Like how many people can you honestly say put in that much work? And that's not even counting what he's did to get to that Block is Hot point.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because the Block is Hot was kind of like his introduction. Or whatever. I mean, of course, he made the Hot Boys mixtapes, all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the Hot Boys album, so forth and so on. But like that Block is Hot was kind of like his introduction to where he is now.
Right.
Or whatever. So all the work that he put in before that to get to the Block is Hot, because you're not just gonna get a record deal for no fucking reason.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're not gonna just be like, hey, you look like an artist. Let me bring you in and give you a contract without putting out no material. You gotta build your fan base first. Or whatever, so like who knows how many songs he put out before he was even signed to Birdman. I know he was signed to Birdman at a young ass age, but you still gotta write. Like you still gotta solidify your spot or whatever to get that record deal. People are still fighting to get that record deal. I mean, you can pretty much go digital now or whatever, do your own thing, but when we was coming up, like you had to put out a ton of content, man. You had to work. Or whatever. And if it was a lot of work then, just imagine like him putting in all that work now with all of them mixtapes, albums, and all that shit, man. That man has been working like, and so I can't take nothing from him.
Right.
Or whatever. If I didn't put him in that Mount Rushmore, then I would be, lying.
All right.
Whatever. So, yeah, he's definitely up there.
All right. Well, that was enough of Lil Wayne, man. Once again, we're gonna go to another commercial break, and we're gonna get back into it. When we come back, we might discuss a little bit more hip hop, and then we're gonna get into some sports talk.
You already know, Detroit.
Dallas. Hey, welcome back to Sports Base Radio. We back at Rain Domain for the show, and drinking out of church cup. But yeah, man. Before we left off, I said I was gonna get back into a little bit of hip hop, but you know what? I changed my mind. It's Sports Base Radio.
That's right.
And we're entitled to do that. And I want to take the out of the ball just so I can flex. So, you know what I mean? we're going to get into this basketball little playoff business. And yesterday we had the Warriors dismantle the Spurs 113-92.
Yeah.
We had the Wizards, we had the Raptors beat the Wizards 114-106.
Yep.
Actually, it's their first game playoff win. So
is that ever or since XYZ like long?
I don't want to get the line. I just heard them talking about that being their first playoff win. I heard Kyle Lowry talking about it and talking about getting over that hump. So
that's actually pretty big though. You know,
yeah.
because I mean, regardless.
I guess it's game one. I don't know if I don't know. So,
that might be a change in their momentum though. You know what I'm saying?
It might be.
You know, I mean, definitely starts to good things though. You know.
It might be. And you had the Pelicans, the only team to win on the road yesterday against the Trailblazers.
Yeah.
And the Pelicans was up by 14 with like 6 minutes left, and the Trailblazers snuck back in it.
Yeah, they only won by 2.
Yeah, they made it a game.
95-97.
It took a great defensive play by True Holiday to block a layup that would have pretty much sent the game to overtime. So,
I mean, that's good balling. That's good balling. All right, so look, let me ask you a question, Cora.
Okay. I like answering questions.
All right. So, I don't want to even ask about the Spurs and the Warriors, whatever, because I feel like, I'm going to be honest with you. I feel like the Warriors, man, that's kind of...
It's like a created team?
Yeah, like that's like somebody's fantasy team.
It's a created team.
Yeah. I mean...
You take the second best player in the world and put him on a 73-win team. It's a created team.
Yeah, like, I mean... The Golden State Warriors were already they were 2 times playoff final team before he even got there. Kevin Durant.
Facts.
Whatever, like they was already a 2-time playoff team before
facts.
Kevin Durant got there, in which one of the playoffs they won, or whatever. I think they won on that 73-3 streak without KD. They did that the year before KD even got there. So
they broke the Bulls record.
Right. So why? Like I feel like it was. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm not an OKC like fan. My team is the Denver Nuggets. I mean, shout out my boys. You know, even though we might not be doing as well as some people thought. But
well, it was close. You know, my team it was them versus us last game of the season, and we snuck back. I like the Timberwolves, man. And they had the same record on the last game of the season, and the winner get to go to the playoffs. And we won in overtime.
All right.
But Denver,
But that's my team. So, you know what I'm saying? So, but I do like the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Okay.
Or whatever. So, when Kevin Durant left, or whatever, to go to a team that's already a 2-time playoff team, I feel like that was like the weakest move. And a lot of people argue, they be like, I ain't even gonna put Kobe up in there because you made a valid point. Like they kind of built the team around Shaq and they just drafted Kobe, and then he was just that nigga.
Dude, he was himself.
Right? Yeah, So I won't even put Kobe in there. But they said that I'm gonna be honest with you. Actually, it came with the Celtics first because it was when it was not Chris Bosh. It was
Paul
Pierce, Ray Allen, and Rondo.
Kevin Garnett, Rondo.
Yeah. They had their big 3. It started, I'm going to say it started right there.
Yeah.
Or whatever. But as far as, but I don't know. Because you can't actually put the Lakers in there or whatever because, it was that year they had what's the little dude name? Oh, whatever. I forgot his name.
Derek Fisher?
There you go. They had Derek Fisher, Kobe, Ron Artest,
Paul
Gasol. They had Andrew Bynum.
You think that's a super team though?
Hell yeah. Hell, I do. And especially, actually no, I can't even say that's a super team. Only because at the time, Paul Gasol was kind of establishing himself.
Yeah.
Andrew Bynum was a young dude, but he was just always injury prone.
Right.
Or whatever. So, but I mean, all right. So let's just put it at the Celtics. or whatever. Like, we'll say that because Rondo was already doing his thing. Paul Pierce was already well established. Kevin Garnett was already well established.
Right.
Ray Allen, that kind of, his name just...
Jesus Shuttlesworth.
Yeah. His name just already...
Jesus Shuttlesworth.
Speak for itself. So they had a dynamic lineup. But then LeBron did it.
Right.
Or whatever. He went from Cleveland or whatever. Then he went to Miami with Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh.
He couldn't make up his mind.
Right. Or whatever. And then even when he went to Cleveland, he still built a dynamic ass team around him or whatever.
Right.
When they got J.R. Smith, they got Shumpert. They hit a bunch of people or whatever. But like I feel like Kevin Durant is the one that you should be building around, not you going to a team that's already established that make you look weaker or whatever. Like, to me,
right,
or whatever. Like you should have had people gravitate towards you,
not
you,
right,
trying to go to this team
right,
that's already a 73-3 team.
Right.
Or whatever. Like, so for him to do that, I was a fan of his.
Right.
But when he went there, I was like, man, fuck KD. And I'm not right, taking nothing away from his
right,
skills.
Right.
If you ask me, I'm gonna have to say
you're looking at his heart, right?
Yeah, but as like that move was just a coward's move to me. Or whatever. Like, I'd rather compete to beat the best. Like, but I guess, some people are just like, you can't beat them, join them.
Right.
That ain't me, though. Like, I'd rather go up, head up with the competition.
Right.
Or whatever. Like, I'd rather do that. So. Right. But, like, the move that he made, I was just like, man, come on, man. That's a bitch-ass move, bro. Right. That's a coward's move, but, whatever.
Before we go on the front, Jersey, we got any comments?
Oh, as far as with the live?
Yeah. Because I would sure like to give, feedback to whatever we got.
Okay.
Just asking.
Not right now.
Not right now?
No, not right now.
Okay, well, I'd like to start off my little soliloquy by saying, I don't disagree with everything, but I don't know, my take on a super team is a top 5 player at that point in time, joining a team that is already well established. And when I think about the Boston Celtics, Rondo quite wasn't established yet, believe it or not.
Hey, man,
at the time, he wasn't.
Rondo used to ball, man.
Yeah, but he didn't get to that point until KG and those guys joined the team. Actually, before them guys joined the team, he was a bench player. Yeah, some dude named Sebastian Telfeld that got involved in the trade to bring KG over.
Yeah, I know who he is.
Yeah.
I mean, Sebastian was actually an item. Like,
he was all right.
He was pretty good.
But KG was traded to the Celtics.
Yeah, he traded from the Timberwolves.
From the Timberwolves to the Celtics. Ray Allen was traded from OKC, which at the time was Seattle Supersonics, to the Celtics.
Okay.
And Paul Pierce was already there.
Right.
I feel like a super team more of I can choose where I want to go, but
I'm going to go to the
team the team that's already strapped.
Okay.
I feel like KG was in his 30s. Like, he was still in his prime, but KG was never like a LeBron James, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, like that type of stature of a player. He's not even in Tim Duncan stratosphere.
Man.
As far as,
KG, when he got to talking to himself, patting himself on the head.
Hey,
KG
I'm
was
all for it.
Animal,
Believe
man.
me, when I go in the gym to work out, fuck this shit, man. Man, we gotta do it, man. Man, do it self, man. June coming, man. I mean, that I talk to myself. I mean, I'm with it, but I just feel like Boston wasn't a super team because all those guys was in their 30s. All of them. Like Paul Pierce, Ray Allen, Kevin Garnett. They were all in their 30s. Now, don't get me wrong. They were still doing work.
Right.
They were still getting their numbers. Mm-hmm. But They were all in their 30s. Like all three of them were in their 30s. All three of them. I feel like LeBron started this. He's the one. He's the one that I mean, Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, and LeBron, all three were free agents in the same year. He's the one that said, you know what? Let's collude. Let's switch the paradigm of the whole situation. Like, let's not have the NBA owners have control. Let's do what we want to do. Let's say, you know what? The owners can trade us. They can release us. We're free. Let's take our talent to South Beach. Let Dwayne Wade stay where he's at. Chris Bosh, you and me, let's go play with him. I feel like that was the first time that had happened. As far as what happened in Boston, like I said, Timberwolves ready to go in a new direction. They traded KG. OKC wanted younger players, so they drafted Jeff Green and KD in the same year. Ultimately, to get Jeff Green with that 4th or 5th overall pick, they traded Ray Allen. So that I mean, we can look at super teams differently, but to me, a super team is a team with like a top player mixed with a bunch of other top players. And I don't know if the Celtics had like 3 or 4 top players. Now Golden State, I felt like the thing that KD did, it was hoish. It was a lack of heart because him and Westbrook could have beat them people.
They could have.
I mean, they had them up 3-1.
They could have.
I mean, they really could have closed them people out. But instead, once they lost to them and Golden State went on to lose the finals to Cleveland,
right?
He wanted to take his talents to Golden State. And he didn't want, and he thought that it didn't want to look as bad because Golden State didn't win the chip. Cleveland won the chip, but it still looked as bad because it was a 73-win team. Right. They had beat the Bulls record. You got Steph Curry, one of the greatest players,
the greatest shooters,
one of the greatest shooters to ever play. Maybe the greatest shooter to ever play for.
Look, I take nothing away from that man. Anytime you shooting half court, damn near half court shots, and you making them like with ease, I take nothing.
And not even a heave, like a jump shot. Like he's shooting jump shots from half court, not a heave, not a prayer.
Right.
I mean, mind you, you got Klay Thompson, arguably one of the best, greatest shooters alongside of him.
Right.
Plus, you got Draymond Green, arguably one of the best
defensive
point forwards, defensive type players.
I mean, even though he dirty,
right?
He play a little dirty, but
like
I mean, which one didn't though?
Nuts, everybody.
You had Dennis Rodman,
right?
That played dirty. You had Charles Barkley that used to talk shit to you constantly,
right?
Hitting Shaq upside the head with the ball and scrapping.
Right. Can't forget Rodman and Karl Malone, the play going on down here. They still down here wrestling,
Yeah. So I mean, it's been, you got your fair share of dirty players or whatever. But like I take nothing away from Draymond because Draymond didn't even develop a jump shot. So like the whole team was a 3-point shooting team, and they got my homeboy Andre Iguodala.
But Durant chose to go there.
Right. How do you go to a team that already has, first and foremost, a stacked starting line, or if their starting 5 was beast mode, then you go like their bench was starters. They had fucking they had Andre Iguodala coming off the bench. They had
David
Livingston, David West, or whatever. Like their bench was a starting 5.
But can you really put that all on him? Like LeBron's the leader of the new school. He's the greatest player in the world right now. KD's second. So I mean, don't get me wrong. KD made a hoish move, but I feel like he felt like, well, if LeBron can do it, why can't I? Like, if LeBron can go to a team that features 2 other All-Stars, because, I mean, after all, LeBron did do it twice before he done it once. Right. He went to Miami, then he went back to Cleveland. And he made it like he only went back to Cleveland because he wanted to go home. When really he went back to Cleveland because you got Kyrie Irving there, you got Andrew Wiggins there, which you didn't want, and you knew you could switch him off with Kevin Love. Right. You got some legitimate stars there, but he made it like, oh, I want to go home. Would you have went home if you was playing with the same garbage that you played with the first time?
All right, well, see, this is the only way that I separate these. I separate the two. whatever. Only because, like when LeBron did it, each time he went to, whether it was the Heat or Cleveland, they always say it was a big three. Big three.
Okay.
Or whatever. This man went to a team with a big 8. like
Hey.
it was superstars on the bench. It was superstars in the lineup or whatever. Like
superstar coach.
right, you got a superstar coach.
Hey,
Like
bro.
so, how can you? Why would you even put yourself in that situation?
Because Braun had already set the precedent that it's legal. All is fair in free agency.
So why
Braun
he-
had already made it fair.
So why he
He
ain't go to
already
Cleveland?
done
Then?
it. Who?
Why he ain't go to Cleveland?
Because he wanted to go to Golden State.
Man, nah, because Cleveland ain't have enough superstars or whatever. Like,
At the time?
Yeah,
You mean why he didn't want to go play with LeBron?
yeah,
Well, if he want to go play with LeBron, I mean, they might go 82-0.
man, hell no. Well,
They might go 82-0.
because who would have thought
LeBron
that?
and Durant
Golden
and
State.
Kyrie.
Yeah. I mean, but still,
They might not
or whatever.
lose.
But that would have been a big 3.
That would have been a big 3, big 4. Kevin Love.
Yeah, Kevin Love. Let's be honest with you. Kevin Love's expectation, well, what they expected of Kevin Love was his expectations were not met, or whatever. They expected him to do everything he did when he was with the Timberwolves. I think it was the Timberwolves that he was with.
Yeah, Timberwolves.
Okay, they expected him to do all of that good shit. You know how he was beasting down there. Sometimes you can't take a person out of their element. I mean, sometimes it's just that team chemistry. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like the way he played with the Timberwolves was different because he was the star.
The star, right.
Like so he had to play his role in order for their team to win.
Right.
Or whatever. So when he got to a team that already had like these superstars, like he was playing with LeBron.
Right.
You know, I take nothing away from LeBron.
But he makes his big man play that way. Because he wants to facilitate the ball, he wants to have the ball, he wants to pound the ball, he wants to do the pick and roll, he wants to do isolation. So that forces the big man who can shoot to just camp out on the 3-point line. It's the same thing that happened to Chris Bosh when he was in Miami. As good as Chris Bosh was in Toronto, once he got on Miami, he wasn't no more than a spot-up shooter. Whether it was...
He was nasty,
he was nasty, but basically playing with LeBron makes you a spot-up shooter. Because of the fact that the way he wants to facilitate the ball.
Which makes sense
There's no
though
ball movement.
because you gotta think about it, like LeBron James is gonna draw attention.
Right.
Or whatever. And that's not
He wants to drive and kick.
right. In which that works, whatever, but at the same time I feel like, you know, in order to be as dynamic as I guess he was thinking that he wanted the team to be,
Right.
like, you gotta let people do them.
Right.
Or whatever. Like you gotta let them do what you got from them in the first place. Or
Right.
whatever. And that kind of goes back from what we were saying about the music too. Like
Right.
you gotta let people do what made them great in the first place. So, you know, but still, like as far as Kevin Durant go or whatever, like he could have easily, and I guess the reason why he didn't was because like it probably would have been a conflict of interest. Like they probably would have clashed or whatever because KD like that ball too.
Oh yeah.
Or whatever. He want to do him. He don't want you to tell him how to do what. Just like I know that when he first got to Golden State, like he had some problems with Steph Curry because he wanted the ball so much.
Right.
He had problems with Draymond or whatever. So I mean, their chemistry is
Yeah, it took some
beast
time.
now. But you know, but I just feel like that move was a bitch ass move. But my question to you is, who do you think is going to win
When
the series between Spurs and? I mean, even though that's a crazy question, but the Spurs and the Warriors. Like, what's your?
I think the Warriors gonna beat them in 5. I think the Spurs will get 1 game. They'll get 1 game.
I think if Kawhi,
He's not playing.
he's done.
He's done.
Yeah, they're done.
He's not playing.
Wizards and Raptors.
Wizards and Raptors. I got. You know what?
That's a hard one, man.
You know what? The Wizards was talking all that shit, talking about, you know, everybody eats when Wall won't there and Wall's there and nobody's eating. So I'm gonna say the Raptors in 5.
Raptors in 5.
Raptors in 5. I think the Wizards will win Game 3 at home. The Raptors will win Game 4, close it out Game 5.
Bold prediction. Y'all heard it first, man. Y'all heard it first.
Keep going.
All right, Heat and 76ers.
I got the 76ers in 5. I got the 76ers winning game 2. I got the 76ers coming back to the Heat. And, you know, they don't know any better. Like, they're young, they have no playoff experience, but fuck it, I got them winning games.
But they ball. I
got them winning games.
I can see that. I mean,
you know, because one thing about them 76ers, man, and I want people to understand, when last year, before the year even jumped off, me just looking at them the year before when Embiid was playing, I felt like they could be literally a top 2, top 3 seed behind Cleveland. I literally felt that way. Like, I felt like once Ben Simmons come, and this projecting way before you could see it all come together as a puzzle. This is just a bunch of pieces without a puzzle put together. But I'm just looking like, man, they got their center, they got a bunch of foreigners, they got Ben Simmons. I'm like, man, this is going to be a type of team to be reckoned with. And people thought it was a laughable, like a practical joke.
Only because they all young. That's why they felt that way, because they was like, they all young.
People laughed at me.
Yeah, okay.
I had my uncle tell me, why you keep saying that? I'm like, man, okay. You know what? Next year's coming. You know what I'm saying? But just looking at that team, man, to have like some black dudes like Ben Simmons and Markelle Fultz, but then to have a bunch of Euros that play the right way, that shoot threes, set screens, run off screens.
Yeah.
It's the perfect marriage between like guys who can do you like drugs versus guys that play the right way from Europe. So I mean, yeah, I got them.
Pelicans, Trailblazers.
Pelicans stole game 1. I got the Pelicans in 7 games. I think it'll go 7 games. I think.
Yeah, because you can't sleep on the Trailblazers, man. Like, because they, like, each year or whatever, like they give you that same consistency,
right?
Or whatever, like. And I feel like one of these times they're gonna break off, but I just can't see it.
Right.
I don't see it this year, especially not with no damn Cousins and fucking Anthony Davis. I can't see it.
I got the Pelicans in 7, man. They can't stop Anthony Davis.
Hell no, and I completely agree.
But I tell you what, though, we're going to get back into this, more NBA talk when we come back.
We back, man. Bast Radio, now dealing with Yung Rayne, Quan.
Okay.
Last time we left off, we were talking about the playoff predictions. I think we got through. You told us about the Heat and the 76ers, which, you know, you predicted it or whatever, you know, the 76ers or whatever, taking it. So I think the last one that we had to cover was... Well, the last one of I think that's the Eastern Conference, Western Conference. That's the Western Conference. The last one of that one. So the last one we would have to say is your prediction. Pelicans, Trailblazers, we covered that one.
Pelicans, yeah, we covered that.
All right. So now the game that we got going on right now is the Bucks and the Celtics, which right now the Bucks are actually winning 41-33.
Okay.
Whatever. So who do you think taking this one?
I don't know, man. Like at the beginning, I felt like the Celtics was the better team despite having the injuries that they have, Kyrie Irving and Gordon Hayward. I felt like they still, because they play so hard under Brad Stevens, I felt like they was the better team, or not necessarily the better team talent-wise, but the team that could maybe win that series. But Marcus Smart not playing either?
Nah, Smart is on the bench. He's on the bench.
Oh, man. I still want to go with the Celtics because they play so hard, but, man, I don't know if there's enough bodies.
They got Al Horford.
They got Al Horford, my boy Jason Tatum, Terry Rozier, but I don't know, man. I think this is looking like a 7-game series that could go either way, just because of the fact that the Celtics play so hard. I mean, the Bucks got more personnel right now.
Yeah, you can't sleep on Giannis.
You know, you got Giannis, you got Eric Bledsoe, you got Brogdon, you got my boy Thon Maker, VA, song play. But you know, I'm gonna say 7-game series toss up. I know that's the cop-out route, but 7-game series toss up. I don't know.
Real quick, we'll go through the rest of them, and then we're going to go ahead and talk about some football.
Football, okay.
All right. Real quick, Pacers, Cavaliers.
Cavaliers in 5.
Yeah, Jazz, Thunder.
Thunder in 6.
All right. Timberwolves, Rockets. Timberwolves a team, but you got to realize they facing the Rockets.
Timberwolves in 6. And you know why? Because I'm going back to the 07 Warriors when they beat the Mavs. I don't know, man. It's something about this young Timberwolves squad, which I hate, but I love at the same time because
That's your team. You gotta love everything
that's
they
my
do.
team, and I'm not even saying that because they're my team, but they're young, and James Harden is a choker.
What?
He's a choker. Like, he chokes on the bone every time they're in the playoff. And I feel like a player like Jimmy Butler can steal his heart. If you can steal James Harden's heart, you got a legitimate chance to beat them people. So I'm going Timberwolves in 6.
All right. And I think that's pretty much all of them.
That's it.
Yep, that's it.
That's it.
All right. Mock draft.
Mock draft.
Mock draft. Or whatever. Like, now, in football, everybody that know me knows that I am a Detroit Lions fan, die hard. I know Quan is a
Die hard
Cowboy,
to the core.
die hard or whatever. And, you know, I ain't even gonna lie, bro. I ain't even gonna lie. I talk shit about the Cowboys. And it's not even the team that I have a problem with. I actually like the team or whatever. Like, I really do. I
Right.
really do. Or whatever. I love watching them play. But the only thing about the Cowboys that I do not is the fans.
Oh, God.
If they win a game, you are gonna hear about it that whole week.
Is it because there's so many?
It's too damn many. It's too damn many. Whatever. And maybe I'm hating because
Okay.
You find a Detroit fan, you know what I'm saying, like kinda, that's a needle in the haystack.
Right.
Or whatever, I happen to know a Detroit Lions fan. Shout out my boy Matt Dickerson or whatever. But
Okay.
it's only two
I know
Detroit.
another one, Maurice Reed.
Okay. I ain't know that, but okay. Or whatever. So,
about-
but that's what, 3.
I know three Detroit Lions fans.
A whole 3 out of all 10 fingers that you got in your hand.
Right.
But whatever, the Cowboys fans.
Right.
Like everybody and their mama and their dad, their grandma, everybody is a Cowboys fan, whatever. And if not a Cowboys fan, you're a Redskins fan.
America chose us, man. What
Man,
can I
America
say?
shit. But anyway, like as far as like the fans, like if they win a game, Lord forbid if they beat the Detroit Lions
Right.
or whatever, like I gotta hear about that shit all
Right.
week until the next game or the next time we play. And even if y'all beat us this week. And y'all lose to, let's just say, the Steelers or whatever next week
Right.
or whatever, and I laugh about it. Like, how y'all lost? Oh well, we beat y'all.
Right.
That's all that matters. Whatever. So it's the fans or whatever. But I mean, I actually do like the team. I like the team or whatever. Like I feel like their offensive line has always been strong in my personal opinion or
Right.
whatever. So my draft, who do you think y'all going for?
In my
who
personal
do y'all need
opinion,
to go
I
for?
feel like the Cowboys can take the air out the ball if they just get a linebacker and a wide receiver. And this draft, like, don't get me wrong, you got other needs. You could use a guard, you could use a safety. But the things that we done in free agency, the way I feel about our young safeties, if we go out in the first round and get a middle linebacker with that 19th pick, or get a wide receiver to replace Dez Bryant with that 19th pick, like a real route runner, like not just some guy who just lives off of being talented,
Right.
who's 6'2" and can jump like LeBron James and catch balls. No, Dez Bryant. X, why you drop so many passes trying to throw up the X, why you literally trying to catch passes like this, drop them, led the pick, but no.
He's a stunner.
Yeah, he's a stunner, stone cold stunner. But anyway, if you go out and get you a real number 1 wide receiver, or you go out and get you a real middle linebacker,
Right.
first or second round, first round, trade back up in the first round, however you want to do it,
Right.
because the draft is in Dallas this year, so I believe Jared will try to make the spectacle of the situation. So I
People try to
believe,
make something happen.
oh yeah, I believe he will try to trade up, trade down, stuff like that. But the main thing them boys need is a middle linebacker, man. Because the thing with it, people make a whole lot about Zeke being suspended last year, the reason why we lost games and stuff like that. But what they fail to realize is when Sean Lee went down, it's like oh my God, we don't know how to play football no more.
Yeah.
And it
Sean
should
Lee
not,
is y'all, to me, my personal opinion, that's y'all key element.
But it shouldn't. He is, but it shouldn't be. Oh, Sean Lee's hurt. Now we don't know how to play.
Right.
Listen, the Eagles won the Super Bowl. Let me give you a list of what they lost last year. Starting quarterback, who was MVP candidate,
Right.
Carson Wentz, Trey Thomas, their starting left tackle, future Hall of Famer, Darren Sproles, their change of pace running back.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a big piece.
Yeah. Darren Sproles has been a monster for
Yeah.
and he's been an Eagle, like since he's been with the Eagles, like he's done dynamic things or whatever. So when I ain't see him or whatever,
Right.
that actually kind of surprised me a little bit. But
Everybody knows this name that's a Cowboy fan. Jordan Hicks, Eagles' best linebacker, lost for the year. The guy that put Romo out.
right.
So for them to lose, like Jordan Hicks, like we lost Sean Lee. Okay, they lost Jordan Hicks, but they still perform in a way to win a Super Bowl.
Right.
So we can't perform in a way to stop running backs, stop underneath passes, stop little 5 to 10 yard slants and stuff like that. Like we went from a defense who looks like a formidable defense to a defense that looks like no defense when Sean Lee's off the field.
Well-
There's no way you're supposed to be that bad.
I mean,
We need a linebacker, man. We need somebody in the middle who can man the middle. We let Hitchens go to the Chiefs, so we need to replace him. All the while, you can replace him by drafting a linebacker. Plus, you could draft a linebacker to ensure that if Sean Lee's not there, you got another linebacker that's capable of filling out those duties.
right.
We don't have that right now. They need a linebacker and they need a wide receiver to take the top off the ball. If they get those two things, Eagle fans, we here. We is here. You hear me? You hear me right now? We is here.
Well, as far as my Detroit Lions, and we're not gonna just talk about our two teams.
No, but
we'll cover
we don't
everybody.
get them out the way, though.
Because in all actuality or whatever, like the Rams are looking awesome. The Vikings are looking awesome.
Oh my God.
And I really and truly feel
I
like
think the Rams is the team to beat right now.
the Rams gonna be
Honestly.
a problem.
They the
Or
team
whatever.
to beat.
They are
right now.
going to be a problem or
Honestly.
whatever, especially getting cooked or
Right.
whatever. They got what
Peterson,
Peterson.
Lee, Peters. They got 2 shutdown corners.
Yeah, they're gonna be hard as hell to beat. But as far as my team, I seen that we actually got rid of Eric Ebron. We got rid of him and we picked up Luke Wilson from the Seahawks
Okay.
or whatever. So which is
Speed
Luke Wilson.
tight end right now.
Yeah, he's a good blocker
He is.
or whatever. Like his main role is blocking.
That's a solid tight end right
Or whatever. And I seen that we beefed up our line because our O-line because, our quarterback took 32 sacks, I think, last year or whatever.
That's a bunch.
Yeah. So I guess they're trying to get rid of like all them sacks and them being able to penetrate the line. We also picked up LeGarrette Blount
Okay.
or whatever. So I would say that with my team, hopefully in the mock draft, we can. I think that we need a middle linebacker also. We need some secondary that's gonna stop them run plays because like teams knew last year that they could run on us or whatever, and they knew that we didn't have a run game
Right.
or whatever. So like their whole way of beating us was running or whatever. And I mean I think that we could probably use a cornerback, but our main focus should be that secondary. Yeah, you gotta make sure that secondary is like you gotta stop that run. Like
Right.
especially if the team's already figured out how to beat you
Right.
or whatever. They can just look at like previous plays and we had people that weren't even great running backs that was getting off on our team
Right.
or whatever. So I think that's what we need to middle linebacker. Maybe you can even go as far as to say like maybe. And I'm just gonna keep it a middle linebacker. We probably can do a cornerback too, but middle linebacker.
Middle
Or whatever.
linebacker.
I'm gonna say that's what we need. We need some secondary that's gonna stop that damn run because.
Okay.
But that's what I'm going with my team because our O line is always. I mean, our receivers and all that good stuff. We got Golden Tate
Right.
or whatever. Galloway or whatever. Like he was a rookie last year and he put up numbers
Right.
or whatever. So I don't think that we still got Marvin Jones Jr. or whatever. So I don't think
Pretty
that
good wide receiver there.
our wide receiver game wasn't wasn't horrible or whatever. It just shit. Matthew Stafford couldn't get the ball up because they was
Right.
always sacking
Always
him.
sacking him, right.
So I think that's what we need. But I feel like what the Rams are doing or whatever like that. Like right now, they could probably stop it right where they're at, where they are,
Right.
and they're gonna be great.
Right.
They're gonna be.
They
great.
don't even have to wait for the draft.
Yeah, they can say the hell with the draft,
Right.
or whatever. Like
They
we don't
kinda,
want nobody.
They kind of did because they traded their first round pick from the boy from the Patriots.
But who cares?
So I mean, you're right.
But because this
Right.
is how I feel about that or whatever. Sometimes like a lot of people want to go for the rookies because of their youth. They don't even have to pay the rookies that much or whatever.
Mhm.
So they try to go for that youth, and it makes room in their salary cap
Mhm.
or whatever. But like when you're a team like the Rams or whatever, like the Rams always been good. They just always come up short.
Right.
So you want it now. They want it now. They
So
said
why not get a proven commodity?
right. Why not go for a vet? Or somebody that's already know what they're doing,
Right.
or whatever, rather than try to mold this rookie to be like people ain't gonna come up in the league like Zeke did.
Right.
Zeke came up in the league beast mode. Like I mean, and I give it to the Cowboys on that one because that was a hell of a pickup.
And I didn't even want him, believe it or not. I wanted in that draft. I wanted Jalen Ramsey, the cornerback that played for the Jaguars. Like
Right.
that's who I wanted in that draft. I was kind of disappointed when they picked up Zeke because I feel like you should never draft a running back that high. I feel like you can get a running back throughout the draft.
Right.
Second round, third round, fourth round, fifth round.
Yeah,
I mean, but I mean, I'm happy with Zeke, but Zeke got to stay out of trouble, man. Zeke is young and he want to party.
Yeah.
He want to see
the thing about it
tennis.
is, once you're that good or whatever, like especially when you came in the league and you did the things that he did, like of course he's gonna get all that attention.
Right.
Or whatever. And not even like I'm pretty sure there's people up in the NFL right now or whatever that probably did the exact same thing as him, but being that he's Zeke and he did so much, he established so much so soon or whatever. So now the spotlight is on him. Like people see him.
But he does it in the spotlight.
Exactly.
Like he's pulling down a girl cleavage at a St. Patrick marathon. Like
He's
this
young.
camera's out there.
Exactly. And he's Zeke. Like if let's just say, let's see, like somebody established or whatever. Like if you had one of your established players, like if you had a kicker,
Right.
like if the kicker did that shit, the kicker for the Cowboys, if the kicker did it, nobody would give a fuck.
If it was the kicker of the Cowboys,
Yeah.
they might give a fuck.
I don't
Man,
think
it
so.
was the kicker of the Colts. I mean, I'm just saying, man.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm just saying, America.
but that's true. That's true. I would say that. Like if it was the kicker for like a team that's, or let's just say the Browns, somebody, or even the Giants. I mean,
Right.
I'm sorry. I mean, I know there's some Giants fans.
Sorry,
out there.
James.
Sorry,
James.
But look,
man, we got to pick on your team. You're irrelevant, bro.
yeah.
You won 2
last
Super Bowls
year,
in the last 10 years.
last year,
You're
there was
irrelevant.
irrelevant. All right. So I'm saying, like, if the kicker had did that or whatever for either one of the teams, and I'm not gonna start anything, but either one of those teams, a team that's not doing well, I don't think that it would have been so much of a problem.
Right.
Or whatever. Just like with I'm gonna take you back, just like with the Ray Rice situation or whatever. Like you got players up in this league that's done far worse than hit his female, but because at that time Ray Rice was so big,
Right.
when he did it, like it caught all types of attention
Right.
or whatever. So you got players up in the league. I ain't gonna call no names. I ain't gonna shit on nobody, but that got XYZ accounts of rape. You got people that's notorious for beating their women or whatever. Like, but it didn't matter because, they wasn't that big. I mean, or whatever. Or at the time they wasn't that big. Whatever.
Right.
But so when you got a player like Zeke, they come in and he's a rookie. Like he just ran for XYZ 1,000 miles. 1,000 yards or whatever. Like yeah, you're gonna get some attention. Like if you go up in public and you sneeze wrong or whatever, you're gonna be on TMZ.
Right.
Or whatever. So like that's just how that played off or whatever. But like God, that was a good one. Whatever. But as far as that's just my take on him or whatever. Like I feel like it's only because of his status that he got that much attention for that. I mean he just wanted to see some titties.
He wanted to see some titties.
I mean damn. Like is that a crime?
I think it is a crime because you know what? Zeke's supposed to have the type of being able to handle himself as a professional where he can chill at that St. Patrick's Day place, and that same broad that he pulled her titties down, he should be able to take her to some bar or go to the room and do their own thing. Like, Seek is attention seeker, man. Like, he didn't have to seek that attention. He know that the media is watching. He know that cameras is on.
Like, and
he cost us. He cost us 6 games.
That's true.
He cost me a playoff berth. We lost 3 games in his absence. I'm pretty sure we might have lost 1.
Yeah. Okay.
He
but see, the
cost
thing
me.
about it is, like,
He
you gotta
cost
realize,
me.
A, like you said, he's a rookie. He was young,
Right.
or whatever. Well, I mean,
Right.
he still is young, but he's young, or whatever. And then once you throw in that type of money that he started getting, like, once you get that money, you start to feel invincible. Like, you
Right.
start to feel like laws don't apply to me,
Right.
or whatever. And I know that's that's not a good way of thinking, or whatever. But that's just natural when you don't come from much. And I ain't saying that that was his situation. He could have just been an asshole and just wanted to see them titties,
Right.
or whatever. But like when you're bought from like little to nothing, and then you got all this money,
Right.
and everybody know you, every bitch wants you, or whatever. You like, shit, let me see him.
Right.
I mean,
agree.
And I can't say that, you know what I'm saying, like any other player, if they came out and got that same attention, that they wouldn't have did the same thing or whatever. Like, they probably maybe would have been more conservative about it and been like, all right, look, come to the room and let me see them titties.
Right.
Or whatever. But
So look, all we've debated about hip hop music.
right.
We've debated about a little bit of basketball as far as super teams. We've debated about a little bit of football as far as, draft prospects and stuff like that. The one thing that we are common on is that the Rams are officially going to take the air out of the ball just so they can flex. They got Jared Goff as their number 1 overall pick a couple years ago. He's coming in his 2nd year, looking like he's about to man the position. I mean, like, man it.
I feel like he is.
They have the running back. Damn, I can't think of his name right now.
Damn.
I can't think of his name right now.
It's
Damn it, I can't think of his name right now. But anyway, they got Cooper Kupp, the wide receiver.
oh yeah, which he like his last year or whatever. Like, he definitely filled like
Right.
nobody actually expected him to do all of that.
Todd Gurley.
There you go.
Running back. Todd
Gurley.
Gurley. They got wide receivers. They got a great offensive line. They got a young, innovative coach. They've added 2 stalwarts at the cornerback position. How you do that in one off season is beyond me. But it looks like at the start of the season that's going to be the team to beat.
Just think though, like, just think about everything that you just said. Like, you just now said they have a great offense, which they do,
Right.
and they have an even better defense, in my personal opinion.
Right.
That is, I think, Super Bowl. But the thing about it is, or whatever, like, I have no doubt in my mind that they're gonna jail. They're gonna jail together, but you gotta think about injuries, because like, it's always some unexpected injury that happens.
For sure.
Whatever. And then you also gotta think about, like, I would have to say they gotta make sure or whatever that teams like the Vikings and all of them or whatever, like, they don't see their potential and draft the same way, or not draft the same way, but pick up the same way. Because like, what I was also reading, they said that New England might get Odell Beckham. They said that the only way New England was going to get Odell Beckham was if they can give up two first-round picks.
It's a real possibility.
Guess what they just got when they traded Cook to
A first-round pick.
Another first-round
So
pick.
they got 2, and they got 2 seconds. So
Right.
they could give up them 2 firsts for Odell and still get whatever they need in the 2nd round, because they got
Exactly.
2 second-round
And-
picks. That's a real possibility.
And the thing about it is, like, the one thing that I respect about Tom Brady or whatever, like, he, first and foremost, let me add that he is a bitch to play against or
For
whatever.
sure.
But the one thing about him is he can take a no-name and make a name out of him, because just, who heard of Danny Amendola before?
He's done it his whole career. Who heard Wes Walker? Like, Wes Walker was like some late round dude that he made
Exactly.
into a good wide receiver.
He gives players their names or whatever. So he can take a no name. I mean, a good wide receiver, that's a no-name. And turn him into a superstar or whatever. Like, just like Danny Amendola, they had Edelman, Julius Edelman. Like, who the fuck even heard of him before Tom Brady?
See, what they do is the Patriots way, Belichick's way, he picks route runners over, like, great talent.
Right.
Like, he don't want, I mean, I ain't gonna say he don't want, but he would rather go in the 5th or 6th round and pick some white dude that can run routes like crisp, like all slot receivers. Like, he want all his wide receivers, 1X, 2Y, 3Z. He want all of them to be great slot receivers. He don't care if you playing outside. He wants you to be able to be a real quick dude, maybe 5'8", 5'9", that can just be real quick in and out of his breaks. You don't got to be the type of dude that can take the top off the ball. Right. You know what I mean? Run past everybody. Or the type of dude that's 6'4", that can just, jump over everybody. Like, your catch radius is from here to here. He don't care about that. He want the guy that can run a route that in 2 seconds you can get open quick with Brady to give it to you.
Right.
And that's usually what he gets.
And that's the thing. So they definitely have the option to get Odell Beckham. But what they also could do, or whatever, is take those first rounds and draft not draft, but I'm going to say, like, trade for, like, some vets. Or whatever, if they need it or whatever. So I still feel like regardless of what the Rams are doing, like, you can never ever sleep on New England. And I think who was it? The Browns actually made some great ass trades.
Man,
or whatever. Like,
the Browns had a great offseason.
Right. So you got, like, at any given time, you got people that, like, you got teams that's coming up. Like, I guess the Browns was like, that last season, man.
They had a great offseason. Man, they got 2 top 5 picks.
Yeah.
They picking 1 and they picking 4.
And then they actually
and they got like 2 second-round picks.
Right. So they're gonna be a little force to reckon with too. Like, I'm pretty sure they're not gonna have that same season that they had last year. But you got people that's coming up, like other teams that's coming up, Vikings or whatever. Like, you got San Francisco, they just got Richard Sherman.
So, San Francisco's coming up. Man.
Yeah, say what you want about Richard Sherman, but with Jimmy Garoppolo, his last 6 games that he played, he won them. Or whatever. Like, right now, he hasn't took an L yet.
They won. He don't even know what an L feels like in the Bay Area.
He don't know that sorrow going on.
He don't even know.
He don't know it yet.
He don't even know.
So, like, you got people that's making moves, teams that's making moves, so you can't sleep on nobody. So, even though the Rams look good on paper, you got to see how it end up.
Right.
Or whatever, so.
It's going to be interesting to see how that play out.
That's right.
Yeah, man. It's been a great episode, Sports Base Radio. And, we introduced a new host. Like, I called him DJ Rayne. He said X the DJ. He going out by Rayne.
That's right.
And it's been a great show. And, we're going to close it out. It's Sports Base Radio. We out.
See ya.